And when I say good morning, I obviously mean good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good midnight, depending on where you are. I am so happy to sit down and record this video. I was like planning in my head, I was like, it's definitely going to be in my bed. I'm exhausted. And I'm exhausted for the best possible reasons and one shit reason, which is something I talk about on here, that I have chronic fatigue. But I just love the way I used my spoons. And I'll explain that a bit later on. But the podcast that I'm doing today is I'm Mollie in the Knits. I'm like a brand spanking new designer. So I released my first pattern 7th of June 2026 and it's now July 2026. So I'm really brand new. This is the pattern. This is what I'm wearing, the Drip Cardi. This is my second sample and I did it in Shetland wool, and even though I have knit prolifically for like 4 years every single day, I'd never used mohair. So I knit with mohair and Shetland wool. It was a really fun experience. It was my second sample. Then I'm wearing a t-shirt from the op shop, which I love, this stripe. It really reminds me of Jamie Creates has a knitting pattern that is called Shortcake. And it reminds me of that. It's such a cool way to do stripe. And then a little shawl pin. I don't often gravitate to shawl pins, but I drink tea and I was obsessed with this one. I wish it was a circle, not a love heart, because I think that would be a bit more tea-like, but hey, I love it anyway. And I'm actually wearing earrings that are buffalo bills. So that's me. I was really excited to do this podcast here like this because I'm going to talk about, we're going to do a classic, an old classic of like, what am I working on? What have I finished? And also my plans. And in the plans, I'm going to show you Bendigo wools that I got to go over last week in my video. Bendigo sheep show, the biggest sheep show of its kind in the world. Someone quoted it on a podcast, so I'm going to re-quote that without checking it. Yeah, I've been watching everyone else's what they got from Bendigo, and I did a video before I watched all of those, and both were very fun. So I'm going to do plans on what I am making. I'm drinking a tea. Oh, it's so nice. This is in a mud cup. Mud is a ceramic from Australia. They have global stores, but they're still small and bespoke in my opinion. I love them because they're really light. And this is their beaker shape in sand colour. I remembered so much about them. So the tea that I'm drinking is a black tea that I keep in this kind of tin. And this tin was from when I worked at T2, $15, which was so expensive in 2004 when I worked there. And I've got this tea in it, a Keeman from T2. Very good black tea if you're looking for a good black tea. And I'll show you the tea leaves, even though they're probably a bit hard to see in there. Let's just pretend you can see that. So that's the tea I'm drinking. I also have a flask of tea because I tend to make it once so that it's dispatching, so that I can pace and not have to go and make tea when I'm really tired, which is today. So in here I have a white tea. This is a keto flask. I am obsessed with it. Really good for insulation and really good pour on it. And it is this tea from a Chinese grocery in Chadstone. I am obsessed with Japanese, Chinese, Korean grocers for their tea. They're much higher quality than any supermarket. and this says 2005, and it's just a standard white tee. It says premium grade, but yeah, it's printed 2005 on the top, so that's either the business's start date or the tee's start date. But it's just standard. It's not something I'd call an amazing white tea, but I really enjoy drinking it because it is a nice quality white tea. If you don't know white tea, I am happy to explain it in the comments, so let me know. But because of my tiredness, I'm going to get straight to the knitting. I'm also going to have a little Tim Tam. So good. So, finished objects. Oh my god, the cutest thing is my finished object. So this basket is a handmade basket by Margaret Wilson, a fibre artist, and I got it at Bendigo this year, 2026. And it has my finished object. And I'm not ready, you're not ready. Maybe I'll do this as the background for the cuteness level. So I'm doing the drip sock. This has been finished for a while, but for example, this is a drip sock in my size, and I'm a size 8 woman's. There's a thread there. Let's pretend we didn't see that. So I'm a size 8 woman's, and this is the drip sock in my size. I did the toddler size. These are not blocked, so they will be bigger. I might need to adjust the pattern. I have to try it on a toddler, but look at that. It is so cute. Like the fastest knit, I recast them on because I did the wrong needle size on my own pattern. I was reading the US size on the needles and just knit these on a bigger needle size, and they're already on a 2.5. So they're not blocked, so they're a bit wiggly, wormy with the stitch definition, which will block out beautifully. Why are these so cute? So that's the drip sock. The test is going on at the moment. It will be, August that this pattern comes out. So that was really cute. That's my first finished object. And then I also cast on the day after Bendigo a Bay of Fire scarf by Sana & Co. I love that name, Sana & Co. It says Adventurous Beginner. There's definitely a beautiful rhythm to this, but you have to follow the chart the whole time to get the right amount of scallops. I modified it. I used one colour, and the colour I used is this 70% silk, 30% merino in Starlight from Woolen Works. Such a nice colour. And this is the finished object. So I did him shorter just for my own fun, because you can do whatever you like once you own the knitting pattern. And I did, and these scallops were just so divine. Sana & Co did such a beautiful series in this Tasmanian collection, like stunning. They sold out of their packs for the jumper in Bendigo, which is really cool. I love to hear it. Yeah, so that is the scarf, and I loved it. Love, love, love. Love knitting it, love wearing it. I have to put on an edging. So see here how there's a contrast edging. So I'm trying to decide, if you feel a particular way about it, let me know. I kind of am leaning towards that because this yellow, it looks gorgeous. It's like this orangey yellow, but you can't see it on camera. I'm so sorry. You have to come up to me in real life. But the thing about it is, every photo, it makes it look like McDonald's yellow, which it's not. It's a beautiful orange yellow. So pairing this with it gives it like a nice contrast. The other way I could go, but I'd have to convince little lad, is I could do something like that on the edging. And this is the edging just for reminders. What else could I do? I could do something like that. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know. Yellow. This is a Maximoo colour called Sun something. Don't have the label. Everything that I mention is in the comments. Not comments, notes attached to the video. If it's not there, it's meant to be. So just let me know. But I spend a lot of time writing them, so usually everything's there. And this is Real World by Woollen Works, her Barbie collection. So that could be one. Or I could do, I don't know, that's okay as well. That'd be interesting. So that's a finished object. So those are the two finished objects. Obsessed with both. And I really, it soothed my soul knitting this, because you're knitting flat, all knit stitches in garter, and then you have just increases, decreases, increases, decreases. I definitely couldn't memorize it. I was too tired, but if you did, that would be even more spectacular. So that was just such a beautiful pattern. I was obsessed with that. So that's my finished object. I can't. Oh, the yarns I used was Hodgepodge in Carnival, and it's their sock yarn. And I used this blue from Jowl Yarns. And that I got from Little Woolly Makes. Stunning yarn, stunning colours. This blue I'm kind of obsessed with. It's a dirty, it's between light and blue, and it's dirty, and it's teal, and it's not teal. Love the mix of that. I just love these little socks so much. I know a toddler, so I'm going to try them on, and I will let you know on my Instagram how that goes. Any other finished objects? I finished this, which is a beautiful pattern in Karen from Mutton Bird's Yarn, and I've been obsessed with wearing it. So I'm going to knit another one, and I might do that. Yeah, her DK base is just so luscious. Like, I can wear this next to my neck, and it is divine. So nice. Anyway, so that was really fun as well. It's called the Mini Mutton, and it's knit in the round, so you don't have to do any double knitting, which I love. And then these are sewn on at the end, and I'm making a little video because that was actually really fun. So I can knit one of these in 2 to 3 hours, depending on my focus. So it really is in the car to someone's birthday / Christmas kind of knit. And I'm all about those. I just think that's so fun to like decide to knit something in the morning, and then like, you know, lock yourself in a room and get to knit it. So gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Gayan, my tech editor, was saying that, oh, it's such a good gift knit. And I do actually gift knit a lot. I don't plan to gift knit, but I get inspired by the yarn, and I think, oh my God, this person would look amazing in the yarn. So that was cool to hear. She's a genius with these kind of things, and I love working with her. That was a real slurp, sorry if that was really loud on the mic, but this tea is really good. So finished objects. This is what I got to show last week, but I just brought it out because I'm kind of obsessed with the fabric that this made. So I did this on bigger needles, and it's a silk fabric, but the different stitches, because it was silk, really come up in this beautiful way. Chin fiber, her singles in silk, and I've been wearing it, and I have to say it's actually been thrown around in my bag. I scrunch it up like this. I'm really not precious with it, and it's held up so beautifully. So that's a finished object that has just really impressed me over the Bendigo weekend. I had, yeah, all sorts of things happening with it. Okay, so let's do my whips. So my work's in progress, and there's some oldies but some goodies. And I think some that I need to decide to undo, which I've got here. I've got all my knitting baskets, so that's cute as well. We'll keep this one here. That's gorgeous. All right, let's start with the newest whips, which are not even cast on because I wanted to finish this, the toddler. I might need to adjust that in the pattern. Thank God for test knits. I will always have my patterns test knitted. I'll tell you that for free. But unblocked. Oh my God. Okay. It's the best sock ever. Whether it fits someone is another question. Okay. So I was chatting to a new friend on the internet. So wholesome. I think when we say friend on the internet, it doesn't sound wholesome, but I've found it in the fibre community to be, in the knitting community or just like yarn in general, to be so genuine. We were chatting about colour work, and she was showing me some patterns, and then she was like, I'm so excited for your sock. It would be so cool in a green and a black. So this is going to be a sock for me, and then I'm going to do, no, this is going to be a sock for me. So this is Brush Merino, super warm. I did my first high-low design, which is a high top, low back. We're going to chat about that, so I'll show you in full when we do. And Brush Merino from Obsession Yarns, and this Lang from Little Woolly Makes. Lang Jowl, that's what I was saying about that blue. It's a Lang one, came in a ball like this. This blue colour came in a ball like this. They have weird names for their colours. This is colour 830316. And it's gorgeous. I've knit with this colour before. I love. So that's going to be the next one I cast on in my size, or I'll cast on little lad's size in the alpaca because it'll be so warm. He loves walking around in his socks. So that's work in progress. Number one in my EU bag. They're an Australian sister company, and they are amazing for knitting if you're ever wondering. This is their small tote. You can fit like 5 skeins in this, and I just am obsessed with it because it's kind of like a little bit splash resistant, and I take my knitting sometimes to Rohan's swimming class. So I love that. That's my first whip. I'm going to write down, because when we do plans, you're actually going to help me in this video to plan out what I'm knitting next, because there's so much that I want to knit. So that's whip number one. The brain is going so low from chronic fatigue and doing a lot for me and for chronic. Chronic fatigue. Good time to talk about spoons a bit more. It's a concept I came about before I got any diagnosis. So that was probably the hardest time for me. I had rheumatoid arthritis from 2015, and that's an autoimmune condition. If you're curious, I really like talking about it. This story is more about chronic fatigue, so any questions, I welcome them. Pop them in the comments. I read all the comments. But chronic fatigue, I don't really know when I got it, but it was very hard for me to understand why my body would not feel rested after 12 hours sleep. You know, I did that for consistently for a year. Before that, I was probably sleeping 10 hours, whatever. And I was working at one of my beloved roles, Apple, for 15 years. And so it's so easy to say, oh, well, you know, you have rheumatoid arthritis and you're working in an insane job. But it wasn't that. So I got really sick. I got flus, colds, and COVID every week. And I was struggling so hard to live, like to do anything that wasn't work. And I was so out of it if I did go to things, and it was really horrible internally. Now, these conditions you can't see externally, so sometimes you don't want to be different and you just don't say anything about them, which is one of the reasons I like talking about it now. But it's so different for everyone. So if you know someone that's got a chronic condition and they're in a phase where they want to talk about it, or there's someone that likes talking about it, they will be the best guide for you. This is just a singular experience of one human. And I learned this concept of spoons, and it's basically understanding that your energy is finite, which I did need to understand. I was pushing so hard. Oh, little mate. I was pushing so hard to live, make a cup of tea, just like all those things. I was very hard on myself. I was like, you should be able to make a cup of tea. But my body just couldn't do it. So I have a beautiful sister, and she really supported me, because whilst my GP kind of saved me, he supported me. He didn't really understand what chronic fatigue was and didn't put words around it, and it took 6 months of testing, and going to doctor's appointments was difficult because I had chronic fatigue. All of this to say, chronic conditions are a journey, and in this phase of my journey I am actually more able to do the big beautiful things that I thought would always be out of reach when I didn't know I had chronic fatigue. And when I had rheumatoid arthritis, that, was difficult. Things were really hard. So now it feels so different. Today I'm exhausted, but I am so much better at pacing and slowing down, but not fully stopping. And my exercise baseline, I've built it up really slowly. It is not just exercise that will help you. In fact, that will hurt you if you have chronic fatigue. But my exercise physiologist and I started at 5 minutes, and that consistency gave me more baseline. That was just my journey. All of that to say, feeling tired now is this beautiful emotion where I know that it's still really hard for me, but that I can rejuvenate in some form. It's not like what my energy used to be, but I have knitting. So I accept that my body is human, and I was really excited for this video. I don't have many spoons today. They're like a measure of energy, and like I said, they're finite, and I feel like I have a lot less spoons last week after Bendigo. But my beautiful little lad had his birthday, so it's a special thing to be able to show up for these things when it has been very limited for me, such a high cost and my energy. Long story long, I have less spoons today, and this videoing is kind of like slowing me down in a beautiful way, and I love it. So thank you. Thank you for like coming and sitting with me, and doing this yarn YouTube. And I think yarn YouTube's my favorite because it's always commonly low edits. There's actually some people that do amazing edits. Don't think I don't see you, I do, but there's a gentleness to their editing that it's like some people don't edit at all. I do very little edits, and it gets to be just like exactly what's happening in that moment. And that is beautiful for me with my different conditions. It gives me so much access to this community, and I love it. Okay, so we were on whips, and I was gonna show you this, which I haven't shown you yet. I've got my favorite kind of stitch marker. This is a Lavender Windmills. I got this from the Australian Yarn Show, and if you don't have her stitch markers, go get some. They are worth their weight in gold. They're so easy to use, and I find them functional on every project because they're so light. So I've used them on socks. I've used them on this big boy, this is 6mm. All right, so this is going to be a beanie from La Poule. I'll show you the pattern, but it is stunning to knit. I'm using Eco Cooler from Woolen Works in a DK Suri. I'm also using Fibre Shed. They had orphan schemes, and this is their wool and Suri silk in a 10-ply, which is like a worsted. So good. And I'm using the leftover carnival because I finished my little baby socks in the carnival, and I'm mixing that in with the Fibre Shed yarn. It is really fun. It's so fast. I cast it on last night, and I will be finished today. The pattern is here. So La Poule is got some patterns that I am obsessed with. There's a lot of hats. There's a tiger hat, which is gonna be one of my plans for knitting. But this one, I just knew I wanted to cast on this hat even before Bendigo. And I brought the pattern, and then I had to find it because I downloaded it. It wasn't on my Ravelry. Hilarious. This is it, La Poule. Quick beanie, correct. So I was exhausted last night and still wanted to cast it on. So I haven't done my favorite part, which is a little nub at the end. So I'll just cast on here and make one. So I don't know what color, probably fluoro green, but it could also be that. Any strong feelings? I'd love to know. I'll see what I do. So that's my work in progress number 2. And I was thinking if I do a stripe like that, I'm not sure. I kind of like it, but it's not like I'm obsessed with it. So that's a quick beanie. And then we're starting to get into older whips. So I'll show you this one because I can't show you yet. At the end of at end of July, which is not that long away, but at time of recording this, I'm not sure if this is going to be accepted into a publication, which requires to keep this secret. If not, it is such a stunning design that I got to design that I will actually release it myself. So it's coming out into the world. It's just how that we've got to figure out. So this is the secret knit that I can't show you yet in my redesigned project bag. Unrelated, here's a skein of yarn that just happens to be in the secret knit bag. Shall we look at this yarn? Oh, so good. All right. Tasmania has got some stunning independent dyers, independent artists. This is from Louis and Lola, and it is a silk yak merino, 212 meters for 100 grams. You know it's Aussie because I don't even have the yards to tell you. And I love that. And the color is olive. And what I can see is a stunning olive color. I'm sure that is showing up beautifully. And they had some quads, so I got some 5mm quads as well. So I'll just pop that back in the secret bag and leave that. Yeah, we'll see. It's either going to be a longer secret or I'll get to tell you next week, depending on how that application goes. But I just love that they do black sticker on black tissue. Those little features are all chosen by these small businesses, and I see them and I love them. And so that's a whip, secret whip. Now the older whips. I'm going to take this off because I'm going to try on these works in progress because they haven't had much love. This one I pull out every single time, and it's my hot yoga top, and I'm obsessed with it every time I knit on it. I'm at this point now where I'm going to do a few rounds of ribbing to make it tighter around the waist, and then split, so I have a higher ribbing at the front and a longer ribbing at the back, like two split hems. Well, a split hem, two sides. So I'm loving that. This feature was really fun to design. This is increases along the shoulder. So it's work like a raglan, but not, because you're just doing it along one stitch, both of your increases. And it gives this beautiful shape. I think that'll be really nice for moving around. I can't try it on because I didn't bring I already popped the stitches off. I don't traditionally use needle stoppers. I did actually get some. If I can immediately see them here, I will put them on, and I cannot. But I got from Woolworks some needle stoppers, so I should put them on this one because the silk just pops right off. That has been a joy to knit, but I was just obsessed with knitting drip socks, so that's kind of will come into play after my quick hat. Then we've got this big boy. Oh my gosh, I had this thought in my head that I didn't know I was going to do this secret design that I can't show you yet, but I thought I would finish this for Bendigo, and oh boy, I did not. Still stunning. Oh, this yarn is so beautiful. So that is the Woolen Works in like Bluebird, and this pre-blocking is already fitting perfectly. I can't wait for a little extra, it won't be much, but a little extra length. And I'm wondering if press studs will be cool. Yeah, they'd be cool. I'll do press studs. I love the way the sleeve falls. This is a Friday Knits pattern, and it's called bomber.com. And I'm a big fan as a designer who's been designing for just this year. Brand new, as I said, of knitting other people's patterns. I think it is so inspiring and just a stunning experience to be knitting something that someone else is creating and designing something completely different. I have never designed in anything like this half fisherman's rib, but I'm loving knitting it, you know, and the colors are beautiful. Something so fun about this knit in terms of, it was a work in progress from Woolen Works that I got from one of her Instagram stories, and yeah, that's why I thought I would finish up. Be like, hey, Chloe, this is the knit. No. Chloe is the dyer and like CEO, founder, everything for Woolen Works. Yeah, but hey, every time I pull it out, I love it. So lucky you are here seeing me pull out this unworked on whip, or else it just wouldn't even see daylight. And then I've got an extra ball of the silk. So it was BC Garns Tusa Tweed Silk, and they have number colours as well. -70691. That can stay there now. Fun! all the whips, and now we get to do the plans. Love. So that Friday Knits pattern is called bomber.com in the Bluebird from Wool and Works. And yeah, she's really cool. Like, and I say that because when I look at her patterns, the thread line is that she likes it. I mean, she's never said that online. I've never heard her say that. Get this little guy. She's never said that, but she did this Lost series because she lost her tank and had to knit one when she was overseas. She's done the Revenge dress, which is like a nod to the dress that Diana wore. And it's beautiful. That one's something I do want to knit one day. And then she's done mohair boxy tops. So yeah, the thread line is that it is stunning to her at the time she's designing it, and I freaking love it because you see it without it being an obvious, like, and I love obvious as well, but this is just to talk about the beautiful uniqueness of designing. Like, some people love colour work, so they'll have all colour work through their designs. But this Friday Knits designer is Australian in Melbourne, and she's designing fisherman's rib, she's designing loose gauge mohair, she's designing her sushi sweater, which I got to test it. Just some really fun things. I love it. So nice. All right, so let's talk about this, because this is also a whip. I'm going to take the sleeves off this. This is one of my, I have many favorite colors in the world. It's by Superglow in America. And the only reason I was able to get it is because the generous Chloe had her yarns for sale in her last year 2025's Bendigo stall. So she did all the hard work, and then I could just rock up and buy this American yarn. It was just before tariffs. Like, literally, I feel like it was like a couple of weeks before tariffs, but it was still, even before tariffs, it was too expensive. The yarn is more expensive in America when it's hand dyed, and the postage was killing me. So I never could afford it. So this is her lava color, and I love it. And this design is a James & Watts design that I test knit for. And it's Look at My Holes sweater. And I'm going to take the sleeves off. So it's going to give me all this yarn, which I'm really excited about, because I can knit something with it. Oh, maybe I can do this and this. Do you like that? That could be the little tiger hat I'm thinking of knitting. It's a lapel design. So that's a work in progress as well. I'm keeping that out because I have been delaying. I'm doing that because whatever reason. Oh, there was one more whip because there was another one I wanted to undo. Oh, same color as my bedsheet. This cute bag is from Wool and Works, Little Woolly Makes, sorry. Too many wools. Little Woolly Makes. And they crochet little flowers onto their little cards, and they handwrite them. And I, 2 years ago, got my first order from them, because I'd gotten from them at Bendigo the year before. But I said, oh my God, can you ball it up, because it's my 40th like yarn, and I got Ching fibre, an entire sweater quantity. And I knit a sweater by Kudikavika, the Salty Day sweater. Great pattern. And they wrote on the card, happy 40th, we've wound all the balls. And that was so special to me. That is small business love right there. Anyway, so it will always be my project bag, and that card will stay in there. But this is one I was knitting a couple of years ago, two matching singlets, tanks, and one was going to be for my sister and one was going to be for me. I've not knit on this in 2.5 years, so I'm going to ball it up. It has stayed here because I did not know what to do. 4.5 millimeter needles. Very, very, was it fun? No. That's why I didn't knit on it again. I really liked knitting it because James and Watt's patterns are written for anyone. Like literally my first lace pattern was a James and Watt's. You really can trust him if you've never knit lace before. But I found it a little, I was knitting it longer than the pattern and I just didn't want to knit it anymore. And sometimes that's the way it is. Oh, that's just a ball by itself. I feel like that got eaten by something. That makes it easier though. Yeah, so I'm going to unwind this here so that I actually do it. There's something about unwinding that I find really easy, but I do like to do it the moment that I think about it. I might cut this out or speed it up for you because it won't take long, but do you want to watch someone unwind something? Maybe not. Actually, it was really good to stop and do it because I wasn't talking and I had tea and yeah, it was nice. Nice for my energy. All right, that's all done. That's no longer a whip. Oh, I forgot to say the other thing I'm wearing is a DK pair of socks from Summer Lee's new book. And it's called The Impressionist, and I used goulish yarn. And it's so good. All right. Now, we're going to talk about plans because I have three designs. So we'll do a design page. See, you're with me. We're doing like a little workshop. I think this is just knocking the mic. And then also, I find it really important for my designing that I'm always knitting someone else's. Makes it fun, makes it light, and yeah, I'm always learning something new on gauge or the pattern, which I love as well. So I'm going to do the hat, easy hat, and the tiger beret. Tiger beret I'll show you, but I want it to be in this and this. I was thinking it could also be those two colors. I don't know. I like it. I just have to see it like actually swatched. It's a bit too dark for me. Oh, I love this. This color is so beautiful. This is a woolen sari silk, woolen spun from Fibre Shed. It's a Midnight Faye, and it was exclusive to Sana & Co. for the Bendigo. But let me show you the pattern so you get an idea. Le Pool, and I got this in my Ravelry, which is easy to find. The plans part is the best. I'm really glad that I can do this with you because I always enjoy seeing like the near future of my knitting. Oh, I don't have it here either. I feel like I downloaded Le Pool all from the website. So I should search here. Le Pool. Or I haven't gotten it yet, which is also easy to get. Bear with me. A lot more songs today than usual. Le Pool, Le Pool. Le Pool Studio. Yes. So they do berets, they do micro socks. Oh, this is not the pattern. Martina shoes, they're really cool. Do you think I could do it in that? Let's just write that down I'll do a giggle. A giggle category. Martina shoes. Le Pool. This is also not it, but this is a really cool tailor hat. It's just hats and stuff, they use single skeins and it's really fun. I wonder if I should just search it. Probably tiger. And the reason it's tiger is they're marling to tiger beret. There we go. Marling two yarns together. So I'll do that. I'll do tiger beret. I want to finish knitting hot silk, and I want to. This is other designers. This uses 6mm needle, the tiger beret, and yeah, I feel like I'm definitely using this rare breed, and it's just the what with it. It's gonna kill Rahan, but I could do this. Oh, that's stunning. Love. That's a thinner one though. The one I'm not supposed to use. Okay, I don't love it. The greys, I'm seeing greys, the beauty of greys for the first time in my life, and it's because of yarns. That's something that could look cool as well. So it could be that for the tiger beret. This is the #1 dream for the tiger beret, and I think that's going to be a beautiful mix. So we'll see. But that will mean I will have this and this. I'm okay with that actually. That's tiger beret. All right, plan #1, rare breed, Jacob Aaron, and the Suri alpaca. Okay. Green woolen wax and yeah. Done. Okay, so then this one I want to plan for, but I don't know what. This one has a plan already. He's going to be a croissant bag, a croissant purse by Yun Jeong. Croissant purse. And I'm obsessed because it's cashmere. I feel like it's going to be just stunning. Oh, they've got it on one of the bags. It's on a basket bag. So beautiful. So that's got a plan. So I'll write that down. I'm not sure when. But it is a easy knit. I've got to finish the secret knit. Let's call it, this is a project 10 project. For now, it has a name. I can't tell you. So that's #1, I reckon. That's the next thing I should knit after the hat. Easy hat, secret project. Then secret project is going to be also knit in a different shape in this colour, so that can go together. People. And this is a design I have been dreaming about casting on. This is Hedgehog Fibers, Solar Flare. I love brush merino. I brought this out to show you actually. A high-low top with a rolled neckline, so I didn't have to do ribbing at the end. So that's a difference in the top and the bottom. I am obsessed with brush merino. It is so lovely to wear. It pills, but it looks like it's intentional. So this is completely pilled. I've worn it a few times. This has definitely been thrown around way more, which is so interesting. I'm sure this will change in time, but I love the unexpected, and this was unexpected. So this is my high-low series. This will be a jumper in lace weight brush merino. If you know any other dyers or places that have lace weight brush merino, tell me, because I have Obsessions Yarn Jet in this one, which is stunning, but I don't know any other places where you could get it. You could use a lace weight alpaca for it, which would be cool. But yeah, in my brush merino era now. So I want to design a high-low skirt and a high-low vest. I want to do stripes because that's the only reason. So something like that. So high-low, low skirt. I think it's going to have to wait though. And vest. So that'll be those ones, right? High-low skirt and vest. That's a while off, so I'm not sure why I skinned those up. Probably because I'm obsessed with the colours. Little Woolly Makes is this pink one from Hedgehog Fibers. Little Woolly Makes has the best colours. I'm just so excited for that. But no, not yet. Because I want to cast on a drip jumper. Drip jumper and a drip sleeveless. Drip sleeveless. We've got summer coming up in Australia, and it might be a good transitional because we've already got the drip cardi, and the drip socks will come out in August. So the drip round neck. I want to do a drip like around the neck here. It'll be these two colours again in Maximoo's Lava Lamp and Street Lights. So if you imagine, it'll be like this but bigger drips. I'm really excited to cast that on. And after I do it in these crazy colours, I'll do it in a more straightforward colours. So I try not to do this. I try to put it all in one video, but the colours are the CARDI colours from my haul. So yeah, if you're super curious, you'll have to go into that. But it is a really fun video. I could do a drip in Deja Vu, so I'm going to swatch that. I could do that, which I love as well. And I could do Rust Bucket, which is super cool as well. So I brought all three of these to kind of swatch with my orange as well. But I have the yarn also for Street Lights. So I might do a sample in Street Lights, a sample in with the drip with one of these colours. I could also do a triple drip, like it could just keep changing the colour for one sample. Oh my God, I really want to do that. So that would be cool. So that's a drip round neck jumper. And then the singlet, which I'm going to call the drip sleeveless, I want to do a boat neck with the ribbing that's got the drip. So those two will be the next designs after these, because I'm just loving the drip. And then the hot yoga series and merino series will come out after that. Drip sleeveless, drip round, so secret project, and then round neck, and then sleeveless. I knit those both at the same time. I think 2 drips at the same time. And then fourth will be the secret project 10 bag in a different shape. So then what have I got? I do need to knit this guy as well, don't I? So I've written this pattern. I should do a writing bit. All right, I've got my head around it now. So I'm going to finish off this easy hat and then do a tiger beret. Okay. Then I'm going to finish off secret project that's in here. And they'll either continue to be secret, or I will get to share that with you next week what it is. And I will design something else in a different shape in the secret project 10 bag. Then those two are in the background because they might be secret, might not be. The most fun, exciting ones to me are going to be the drip round neck jumper and the drip sleeveless. So drip round neck, which is a full jumper, full sleeves, and colour work, and then the drip sleeveless, which is going to be a boat neck with colour work on the ribbing. So that's 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then I will do the croissant after that. Croissant. So let's call that croissant. I think you can see how much squish it's got, but it is like so lusciously soft. Like that's the baby alpaca cashmere silk, and this is a rare breed. You see the difference? Like, they're so floppy, so soft and silky. I love that, love that, love that. All right. Is that everything for now? And then if you can, I wanted to bring this out because I want to do something with this, but I don't know what. Could that be a tiger beret? That would be cool, maybe. And I might want to do matching sleeveless gloves in this because it's already wound up, which would be cool. Great. So we've got accessories in the background, finishing this secret project, the drip, in 2 different designs. And then once I finish that, I can go into the merino, which has got the high, low, high, low, high, low. But for now it's drip. So it's going to be drip, high, low. After I do the high lows, I'll finish off the hot yoga series, which will have, I've got a number of pieces. Do you want to know what the pieces are? Maybe I should tell you. Oh, that has my secret design. Ooh. Yeah, this is a brush series that I want to do. I'm just going to show you everything. I'm so new at this and you are with me and I love it. If that wasn't a secret, I would show you that as well. Oh yeah, so the hot series is the lower level. So the hot silk is going to be like this with the ribbing at the bottom, long ribbing. Hot crop. Hot pants I'm not 100% sure on, but I am 100% sure on the hot wrap. So you kind of wrap it around yourself before hot yoga class. And this is the drip round neck. The socks are in testing now. drip bonnet is so cute. I do want to do that, but that's fine. And these two are already out. That's the infinite scarf in the drip and the drip cardi. So you just got my whole design future. Can't show you the secret ones. And then, yeah, mini mutton is one that Karen's going to have. And she just does the most beautiful yarns. I'm going to do more drip socks. I just can't stop knitting socks. When I started and finished these yesterday, I was like, oh no, I am going to want to knit 100 tiny socks now. I did them on magic loop, and the cool thing about the drip sock is you start with a ribbing that is enough to hold onto your foot. You can see how it comes in, but also much more fun because you're doing less purling. So it's a 4 knits, 1 purl, and it is the best. I also love the heel that I chose. It's like, it is absolutely called a strong heel. And it's just increases, and then you go back and do knit 2 togethers and slip knits to bring it together. That's everything on my bed. I really have to share how grateful I am that you are here watching this. I felt like crying in the most beautiful way last week when I had such beautiful support. So for my first 9 weeks, I had 39 humans, which is way more than I thought, by the way. That is bigger than my immediate family. So I was like very beautifully supported by those early adopters in my first 9 weeks. And then this crew that is here now is so special to me because it grew from that support of those 39 people. And we have, in 1 week, 215. And the beautiful thing about me being small is I see you all and I get to read all of your comments. And I'm so grateful for that. You watching just closes the loop on this very small, special thing I'm doing for my own life. And I'm just grateful that it was interesting to you, because it certainly is interesting to me. I have watched so many knitting YouTube videos. I watch them every week. I wrote down some actually that I was watching from Bendigo. And the cool thing about Bendigo is this year there was so many more Australian videos I could watch, because I guess the algorithm was like, you've made videos on Bendigo, here's other people that went to Bendigo. So I love that. Jamie creates, I always enjoy watching. She's got really good lighting. Amongst other things, she's very genuine and kind. Katie Parrott Makes vlog, I watched that. Oh, I watched that and I was in it. What? I will remember to link it. I will remember to link it in the box below, but very natural, very genuine, and just so nice to get like all of Australia in. Like, she's from Tasmania and travelled to Bendigo, as she did the year before. That was really cool. She has my pattern, the Drip Cardi. That was really beautiful. But the thing that blew my mind, and it actually should have been the pattern thing, because that is phenomenal that she has my pattern and talked about it. The thing that blew my mind is she was so genuine and kind. I was like, hey, I want to say hello to you. I got to bump into her at Bendigo. I was like, let me know if you're mid doing something and I'm actually interrupting you. She's like, no, I always want people to come up to me. This is so beautiful. And she's just so cool. But then on her podcast, she's like, oh, Mollie was wearing these layered knits and it was dope. And I was like, man, that is so fun and cool to me. was this like a genuine shout out from an actual style icon in Australia. So that was cool. Colour Me Katie also did a cool podcast, which I'll link below. She's got a similar following as me. She's like brand new to spinning, not designing. She didn't talk about designing anyway. She talked about spinning, and that was a really cool video. So that's what I was watching on YouTube. But I really love it because it is such a good way for me to rest but not sleep. I'm so tired all the time. Green activities. It's so beautiful when I don't have very many spoons, which we know now is energy. Love, absolutely love. There's a video that I like. I'll recommend it every week, but that's just what stuck out to me. Oh, I'm reading this at the moment as well. I got it from my beautiful friend Kirsty, and oh my God, I love it. I keep falling asleep when I'm reading it, which is like, I fall asleep like this. But such a lovely way to sleep. It's so far so good. I'm enjoying it very much. That's me. I am Mollie in the Knits. I will be with you every Saturday, and yeah, let me say it again. I'm so grateful to have you with me watching. It is always each week so special to me, and I probably would make these anyway because I'm actually really into it. In terms of sharing and talking, it's just very much my jam about things I love, which here you can see two of my deep interests of tea and knitting. But as a brand new designer, it just feels so special to have you in these very new stages of me doing this thing, and you getting to see me grow again. You know, I've come from a deep experience in leadership in Apple, and before that leadership in T2, and before that leadership in cinemas, and before that I've done so much leadership, but designing and creating a business from scratch, never. Online, not really. And I love that I get to, like, I don't know, it's like a reinvention. There's probably a better word that describes it better, but you know what I mean. It's new, and I love having you with me on that. So I'm going to watch something and knit this beanie now. That'll be my day. I share pretty much every day on Instagram because of my love of yarn and what I'm knitting and what I'm designing. So I share about me and all of that on Instagram, if that's something that you're interested in. They're kind of really different. One's like 7 seconds, and this is like sometimes an hour. So whatever you like, that's beautiful to me, and I loved making this particular video for you. And yeah, next couple of weeks I'm going to go to my first yarn ball in Wollongong. I've never been to one, and it's the first one they've done, so that will be something that I report back on. But I was thinking about it because that's something I want to share on Insta on what I'm going to wear. And when I travel, I'll share as well, because that always helps me slow down when I'm traveling. I'm Mollie in the Knits. I will see you next Saturday, and I love you all, and have a beautiful whatever is the rest of your day or night. Okay, bye.